Welcome dear student in my course named Determinants of Quality Life. Today we will discuss on topic role of value in self-improvement. This module content including introduction, definition, dimensions of self-improvement, importance of self-improvement, core values essential for self-improvement, ways to acquire values for self-improvement, role of motivation and willpower in value acquisition, impact of values on personal goals and emotional well-being, and in last, that is conclusion. Learning outcomes of this module. At the end of this lesson, a student will be able to define and explain the role of motivation in acquisition of personal values and process of self-improvement. Describe the role of willpower in sustaining value-based behavior and its importance for personal growth. Explain Bandura social cognitive theory and its relevance to the acquisition of personal values through observational learning and self-efficacy. Identify the stages of moral development according to Kohlberg and explain how they influence an individual's motivation to adopt the consistently practiced values. Analyze the relationship between motivation, willpower and internalization of values, drawing from both social cognitive theory and Kohlberg theory of moral development. The student will be able to apply the concept of motivation and willpower to real life situations, demonstrating how these psychological factors contribute to the acquisition and practice of personal values. Introduction. Throughout history, individuals and societies have placed great values on the pursuit of personal growth and moral development. Philosophers like Socrates, Confucius, and Gandhi emphasized that true success lies not only in external achievements but in inner transformations. In modern times, the concept of self-improvement has gained renewed importance as people strive to live more meaningful, balanced, and fulfilling lives. With increasing awareness about mental health, emotional intelligence, and ethical living, individuals are recognizing the role of personal values in shaping their identity and guiding their actions. Internalizing positive values such as honesty, discipline, empathy, and integrity is essential for self-improvement. These values serve as the foundation for decision-making, emotional well-being, and long-term success. In today's fast-pacing and competitive world, self-improvement is not just a personal choice, but a necessity for becoming a responsible human being, achieving life goals, and contributing to the better society. The journey begins with acquiring and living by values and support positive personal transformation. Definition for self-improvement. Self-improvement is the conscious and continuous process of enhancing one's knowledge, skills and character, habits, and overall life quality. It involves deliberate effort to grow mentally, emotionally, socially, and spiritually. Unlike mere change, self-improvement is goal-oriented, proactive, and rooted in self-awareness. At its core, self-improvement is about identifying one's weaknesses, embracing constructive feedbacks, and striving to become a better version of oneself. it is not limited to professional success or physical fitness, but extends to moral and ethical development, emotional maturity, and life satisfactions. Self-improvement definition in Cambridge Dictionary are the activity of learning new things on your own that make you a more skilled or able person. Definition in Oxford references is the process by which a person improves their knowledge, status, or characters by their own efforts. Definition by Maslow in 1954, self-improvement is closely tied to the idea of self-actualization, the desire to become everything that one is capable of becoming. Dimension of self-improvements are given below, that is the personal development, emotional development, intellectual development, moral development, and spiritual development. Personal development, cultivating confidence, resilience, discipline, and effective habits. Emotional development, learning to manage emotions, practice empathy, and build meaningful relationships. Intellectual development is enhancing knowledge, creativity, and critical thinking. Moral development means adopting strong values such as honesty, integrity, and responsibility. Spiritual development means exploring one's purpose, inner peace, and connection with higher values. Importance of self-improvement. Promote self-awareness. Self-improvement begins with self-explorations. It helps individuals understand their thoughts, beliefs, and motivations. Increased self-awareness allows for better decision making and personal control. Encourages goal-oriented living. People who engaged in self-improvement set clear goals and pursue them with purpose. It helps prioritize actions that align with long-term aspiration. Enhances productivity and performances. By developing time management skills, emotional regulations, and perseverance, individuals become more efficient and effective in their personal and professional lives. Strengthened emotional well-being. Growth fosters self-esteem and emotional balance when people witness their own progress. They experience a greater sense of achievements, satisfactions, and happiness. Build resilience and adaptability. Self-improvement equips individuals to face challenges, learn from failures, and adapt to change constructively. It enhances coping strategies and mental strength. Lead to ethical and value-based living. True self-improvement is rooted in values. It inspires individuals to live with integrity, show compassion, and contribute positively to society. Core values essential for self-improvement. Personal values are deeply held beliefs and principles that guide our behaviors, shape our goals, and influence our decisions. They act as an inner compass, helping us distinguish between right and wrong, and between what is important and what is not. When individuals internalize and practice strong values, they not only improve themselves but also contribute positively to society. The following core personal values are functional for meaningful self-improvement are honesty, discipline, empathy, and integrity. Honesty refers to being truthful in thoughts, words, and actions. build trust and credibility, enable accurate self-assessment and sincere relationship. Importance for self-improvement, encourage transparency and build trust in relationship, helps individuals accept their flaws and work on them sincerely, promotes authenticity, which leads to emotional clarity and stronger self-esteem, prevents self-deceptions, allowing for realistic self-evaluation and personal growth. Disciplines involves self-control and commitments to consistent actions, essential for time management, goal setting and long-term success, helps overcome distraction and emotional impulses. Importance for self-improvement, enables consistent efforts even in the face of distraction or difficulties. Build productive habits such as time management, healthy routines and goal setting. Helps individuals resist temptations and stay committed to their values and responsibilities, essential for developing perseverance and resilience. Empathy, the ability to understand, share the feeling to others, encourages compassion and meaningful social interactions, enhance emotional intelligence and interpersonal skills. Integrity, upholding strength, moral principles and ethical conducts, align action with values even in challenging circumstances, on respect and promote self-respect. Importance for self-improvement, enhance emotional intelligence and deepen social connections, encourage kindness, patience and open-mindedness, helps individuals develop tolerance and avoid judgmental attitudes, leads to more harmonious relationship and better communication skills, ensure that one's action align with their personal values and ethical principles, build a reputation of reliability which opens up opportunities for personal and professional growth, prevents moral compromises and supports a clear conscience, encourage consistency between thoughts, word and action. Ways of acquire values for self-improvement. First is role model. You select your role model, learning through observation of people who embody strong values, that is parents, teachers or leaders. Encourages imitations of positive behavior and moral standards, offers inspirations and guidance during ethical dilemmas. Self-reflection, engaging in introspections to evaluate personal beliefs and behaviors, encourages critical thinking about moral choices and life directions, helps identify areas for growth and value alignments. Education and life experiences like formal education provide ethical frameworks, social emotional learnings and moral reasonings. Informal learning, learners from everyday lives, challenges and cultural influences. Real-world expressions often reinforce the relevance of values in decision-making and interpersonal relations. Role of motivation and willpower in value acquisition. Motivation serves as internal drives to pursue self-betterments and embrace ethical living. Can be intrinsic, driven by internal desire, or extrinsic, influenced by rewards or recognitions. Willpower is the mental strength to practice value consistently even in difficult situations, necessary for resisting temptations and maintaining value-based behavior over time. Motivation and willpower play a pivotal role in the acquisition and internalization of personal values. While motivation drives the desires of embrace values, willpower ensures that individuals consistently apply these values in real life situations. Even in the face of difficulty, distractions, or social pressure, educational psychology offers deeper insight into this process through key theories that explain how values are adopted and maintained over time. Together, motivations and willpower sustain the effort needed to internalize values and convert them into lifelong habits. Bandura's social cognitive theories about values are learned by observing role model. Social cognitive theories Bandura explain values acquisition through observation. This theory emphasized that individual acquiring behavior and values by observing others, particularly influential role model, observational learning contribute to the development of motivation to emulate value-driven conduct. Self-efficacy supports the exercise of willpower within social cognitive theory. Self-efficacy, the belief in one's ability to perform a specific behavior, enhances the likelihoods of sustaining values-oriented actions. Strong self-efficacy enables individuals to apply values with confidence and persistence. Kohlberg theory of moral development explains how moral reasoning influences motivation. According to the Kohlberg, as individuals progress through stages of moral development, their motivation to act ethically evolves from external compliances to internalized moral principles. Higher stages reflect deeper value internalization. Advanced moral reasoning strengthens willpower. As individuals reach more mature levels of moral development, they become more capable of exercising self-discipline and upholding values, even in the absence of external rewards or recognitions. This reinforces the role of personal conviction in guiding behavior. Theories together highlight motivation and willpower as essential for internalizing values. Bandura's focus on social influence and belief in personal capability, combined with Kohlberg's emphasis on cognitive moral growth, collectively demonstrate how individuals are motivated to adopt values and empowered to sustain them through willpower. Impact of values on personal goals and emotional well-being. Influences on personal goals. Values shape life priorities and define meaningful success. Guide goal setting by providing clarity and directions. Help maintain focus and ethical standard in achievement pursuit. Contribution to the emotional well-being. Living in alignment with personal values leads to inner peace and self-respect. Reduces internal conflict and enhances emotional stability. Encourages healthy relationship based on trust and empathy. Build resilience and a sense of purpose, contributing to overall mental health. Conclusion of this module is acquiring value is not just a moral duty. It is a transformative process that molds individuals into responsible, balanced, and emotionally mature beings. Internalizing values such as honesty, empathy, discipline, and integrity equip individuals with the foundation to pursue lifelong self-improvement. Through role models, reflection, education, and motivation, values can be acquired and reinforced. These values become the compass that guide personal decisions, sustain well-being, and ultimately leads to a fulfilling and meaningful life. Thank you.